So now that you understand what it is that you have read, it is time to move on to step 3, which is the most complicated step, you might say. Because after you read it and understand it, it is time to, yep, you guessed it, you gotta write it. You can't submit something that's not written. Now, when it comes to writing it, this takes us back to our academic writing expectations because, well, we need to follow our structure, follow the rule of 3s, if you remember. Now, when it comes to the rule of 3s, that means you have an introduction. What's next? Yep, your information, and then you always finish with, yep, your conclusion. So that means whenever you write a response, you gotta have all 3 of these. Now, what do we put in each of these? What information goes into them? Well, as we know with our introduction, this is going to be our focus, our specific focus. So this is where you are going to tell us your reaction to a focused idea. This means you are going to need to be specific, extremely specific. Therefore, your reaction, we need to know what your feelings were, what they were towards, which means we are going to need to know the title of the article, and we're going to need to know the author. Your introduction should be very specific by telling us these ideas. So begin your response by telling us what you're reacting to and what your reaction was. Then we can get into our information. After you have introduced exactly what it is you're going to be writing about, it is time to support your reaction. How do I support my reaction? By explaining why. Why did you have that reaction? Why were you upset? Why did it offend you that she said, write or go kill yourself? Why does the title offend you? Why do you enjoy it? Why did you find yourself laughing so much? Answer why? Tell us why you had this reaction. Now, when you are telling us why, it could be a personal experience. Maybe you had the reaction you did because of a personal experience. Maybe you had the reaction you did because of prior knowledge. Maybe something you had learned previously in school or from somebody you know. Maybe you even support through a connection to other literature you have read, other things you might have read, similar, different, or, and finally, quote the text. Maybe you said what you did because, well, of what is inside of the text you are responding to. It's okay to quote. In fact, you should know how to use quotation marks. So when it comes to writing the rule of 3s, introduce your focus, support your focus with this information, and then, of course, we always need to conclude. Therefore, you're going to remind us of your focus. Tell us in an interesting manner, that was a big one. Interestingly, finish. Give us something exciting, an idea. Maybe pose a question saying, well, did you ever think that your first draft was shitty? That is okay to do. You just have to make sure you introduce, you support, and you conclude. Now, our next video lesson is going to specifically walk through these academic writing expectations a little bit more in regards to the assignment expectations, your first short writing assignment. But briefly, remember, you need to transition within your writing as well. So take some time, understand what we just went over, maybe rewatch the video, but I'm very excited for you to start working on this first mini essay.